Ever noticed how the first time you tell a funny story it's a bit clunky? You're figuring out how to explain it. The second time it's smoother. By the third time you've nailed it. Your timing, your wording, everything just flows. It's the same for our students. With repetition, they shift from "what do I say?" to "how can I say it better?" Fluency improves because they're no longer searching for words. They're refining their delivery, and each time they get more comfortable with their English voice, how it sounds, how it feels, and how to use it naturally. Repetition also deepens understanding. It helps students move from recognising concepts to actively using them, whether they're explaining a science process, solving a maths problem, or discussing historical events. There's power in repetition. Repetition isn't just doing the same thing over and over, it's about getting better every time. In this video, I'll show you how repetition transforms language learning, especially in the make it your own stage of the MMM framework. Stick around for some practical classroom tips. My name's Jane Maria Harding de Rosa, an English language teacher and trainer, a CELTA Delta tutor with a Masters in Teaching English to Young Learners. I've got a PGCE in primary education and over 30 years of classroom experience. I understand the unique challenges that teachers face, and I'm passionate about sharing practical, effective strategies to enhance your classroom practices. We've all heard the phrase, practice makes perfect. But in language teaching, practice makes permanent. Each repetition builds confidence. What was difficult becomes automatic. Over time, students develop a natural feel for what sounds right, and that's fluency. Encourage students to repeat short speaking tasks. First, just to get their ideas out. Then, to smooth out delivery. And finally, to add confidence and expression. Repetition also frees up brain space. The more familiar a learner is with a language pattern, the less they have to think about it, so they can focus on meaning, pronunciation and expression instead of form. Repetition plays a key role in the final stage of the MMM framework, make it your own. At this stage, learners are using language in a way that feels natural to them, but to get there, they need repeated exposure and practice. Think of it like sight reading music. At first it's unfamiliar and you might need to break it down, but with repeated practice it becomes intuitive, flowing naturally until you don't need to use the sheet music anymore. Repetition strengthens content learning and deepens understanding. Students don't always grasp concepts the first time. Repeating key ideas in different ways helps them process and retain information. It reduces cognitive overload. So, for example, in history, analysing sources multiple times allows students to focus on interpretation rather than just remembering steps. In maths, solving similar problems in different ways strengthens problem-solving skills. Are you worried repetition will bore students? Not if you mix it up. And here's how to keep repetition engaging. Number 1, increase the challenge. Try a speed round, remove words for recall, or turn it into a game. Number 2, use different modes. Say it, chant it, act it out, write it down. Different modes reinforce memory in different ways. Number 3, apply it in real contexts. Use repetition in role plays, projects, discussions, and assessments. You might already use turn and talk, where students repeat what they've heard in 30 seconds. Let's build on that. Turn and talk, quick recap. Have students repeat the task 3 times with different partners, focusing on fluency and confidence. Turn and talk. Repetition challenge. After explaining a concept, students first summarise it to their partner, then rephrase it to another partner, and then take turns asking each other questions about it. Turn and talk, level up. Ask advanced learners to rephrase their response each time using more complex language. Want another quick classroom idea? Try repetition relay. Give students a sentence frame like, I think because first they use it in pairs, then in groups of 4, then in small groups, and finally a whole class discussion, tweaking it slightly each time. By the end, they'll own it. Repetition isn't just about drilling, it's about building confidence and making language second nature. It helps students become fluent in what they already know. How do you use repetition in your classroom? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for more strategies to support EAL. Bye!